Last week on The Couch, Bob took us to the outback and showed us the fantastic survival kit. Today, he's taking a small look at a small part of that survival kit, which is very, very important. He invited me down here to play cards, but I don't think poker's what we're playing, Bob. Is that right?
We can do, but first of all, we're going to play our cards right to survive. That's the hint.
What is this kit? What is this card kit? Because you've made them tiny and miniature.
Yep. These took me 2 years to develop, and it's a set of real playing cards, so we can play poker when we're finished. We can play patience, rummy, all those sorts of things. And that helps to beat boredom, and it helps to calm you down and maybe take, again, control of your thoughts.
And it gives you a reason to bring the cards with you because you use them as entertainment.
It does, yeah. You can use them anywhere at any time. And on the face of each one, which took 2 years for me to decide which ones would be right and how could you do that pictorially, is a hint on survival. And we use diamonds for signalling, hearts for medicine, and things like poison indicators on plants, clubs for food, which is a bit of play on words, and then ace is for water, is your number one priority in Australia, and is usually water.
How did you think up the method behind all of this?
It came to me someone suggested to put mini playing cards into the survival kit, and I thought, if we're going to put them in, can we do a multiple thing with them? And then it just came to me one afternoon thinking, yeah, we can actually play with the front of the cards just so you can get a hint, and that will also aid your memory and go, okay, what can we do first? And you actually lay these cards out and go, okay, let's do water first, then we'll do warmth by lighting a fire. We can signal using these sorts of things. Oh yeah, that's right, we put the hood up on the car, that's in here as a hint. Windmills, they're good for this, this and this. A map, plan your action, the priorities in survival. And these little guys here, as you can see, are reasonably easy to read, or are easy to read.
So each of the cards has a survival tip on there that could save your life.
Each one, yes. And if not, make your life a bit more pleasant. There's things like poison indicators, opposite leaves. And that means don't put your plastic bag over a plant that's got opposite leaves, because opposite leaves often indicates poison. So they're mirrored one another on the stem. And you don't use those sticks to cook on, because the resin in vapour form can get into your food or your water and actually poison you. You don't use those to stir your billy tea with. You don't put plastic bags over those kinds of tree branches, and many other reasons what you wouldn't use those plants for, to sleep on.
Bob, many people would be asking, how does Bob know all of this stuff?
There's 25 years of teaching, and if you want to know a subject, teach it. And the other thing that's happened to me is I've been very fortunate enough to be invited to work with Texas Parks and Wildlife Service in America, and I did that part-time for 6 years. Then I've spent time with the Kalahari Bushmen in Botswana. Spent a short time with the Sioux Indians, who taught me some other stuff. Then while I was in Texas, I learnt from part Cherokee Indian survival instructor Dave Alloway many hints, and then also we did a Tri-Nation survival course with Mexican instructors, and just learnt from those guys as well.
So you'd say you know what you're talking about then?
A reasonable amount, and then fortunately I spent up to 7 weeks at a time living with Australian Aboriginal people in the Great Sandy Desert, and they actually taught me how much I didn't know. And then to finish off with some jungle survival in Malaysia with Orang Asai people and some people from the Territorial Army.
And this is a passion, but it's also your life. You live this sort of life, and you run courses on survival as well, don't you?
Yes, I do. We run a basic 3-day course based in Perth and other parts of northern Western Australia and other states when I'm invited.
So if people wanted you to travel to Melbourne to run a course for their staff or a team building in the bush, would you go out and do that sort of stuff?
Yes, I do. Last year I went to 3 different eastern states. Eastern states countries.
Yeah, well, it is sort of over there.
It is, isn't it? And
all right, Bob, anything more about the cards?
No, the cards are made up from my idea and also the knowledge of other people. It's not just my kit and my cards. I've got to give credit to lots of other people, from primary school children to F-18 pilots to Aboriginal people from all around the world.
You've taken their advice and you've made the cards for the most popular ones.
And the ones you need the most and the most popular. Yes.
Well done. How much are the cards if people want to buy them? I know they come as part of the kit for $149. You can get the whole survival kit.
Yeah.
Can you buy the cards on their own if people want them?
Yes, certainly. Make up your own kit or just have them for entertainment or aid member. $14.99.
That's a pretty good price to put on survival.
It is, isn't it?
And if people want them, what's that website again, Bob?
BobCooperSurvival.com.
Please check out the website. Bob's got heaps of information there, and it could just save your life when you go out camping or out in the outback. Bob Cooper, you're back on the couch next week. What are you doing next week for us?
We're going to treat you for snakebite.
Bob Cooper on the couch next week.